Hi everyone, welcome to Play Series on how to Git. So in our last video, we have seen how to create the root repository, which is nothing but the main folder for our project, which comes with an empty folder. So today we will be seeing how to add user configurations or user parameters. So what is user parameters in the sense? So think like now we got our own project folder in our Git repository. So we need to start coding and we need to add some code to that repository. So in order to do that, we have to know who is the person is doing or writing the code and adding it, and who is the person who is making changes on a particular code. So for that purpose, for that identification purpose, we need to set up our configurations within our systems, our Git configurations, Git user configurations within our systems or within our uh, terminals of Git. So then we can easily identify the person who is adding up the code to our root directory or root repository easily. So for that purpose, we will be giving out our credentials or our details, or we will set up our details uh, as a default ones. For that purpose, we will be using so we are done with creating the root directory. So all we need to do is now we all became the team members, and now we each and everyone need to give their own user credentials in their own system. So if they add any code from their system, so it will be reflected there on our Git repository. The person who made the change, then we can identify it easily. So after that we can ask him if we have any doubts or if he want to do any modifications to his code easily without finding the person. So for adding these configurations of parameter purpose, we will be using outer git config command. Okay, config hyphen global. So this global is think like you had or you are working on two different project of Git repositories, and when you change the directory from your one project directory to another project directory, we don't need to give our credentials each and every time. So for that purpose, what we will do is we will be giving the same user parameters or user credentials or user details to that particular Git repository who made the change or who add the code in that directory. So think like you have done a change in the project one and you have added a code in project two, and the both the users or both the changes are done by the same person from the same system. Then we don't need to specify two times it is the same username. So for that purpose, we are the persons who will be adding our code from our systems, right? So for that purpose, for the first time, we will create up our username or email ID, everything as an default one. For that purpose, we will be using the global parameter. So for the first time, I will give out my name. And my name has it, I set my name successfully. It doesn't throw me an error. If you had any error, then it will show you the list of some list, then you can see and you can make the changes that you want. So the next thing what I'm going to do is, now I just gave out my name. Now next I will set my email. Get So I will be using the same thing, get config hyphen, and the parameter will be global. User dot email, and here you can give out your organization mail ID. So here I'm just giving out my mail ID. So if you are working on a project for a particular organization, so you do have your different particular organization mail, so you can specify your mail ID over there. So for now I'm going with my own personal Gmail ID, and it also got executed correctly, and I set my email correctly. The next thing is we have to make each and every push, that is nothing but when you add a your code to Git, we have to make that as a default one. For that purpose we will be using a push default parameter, and that is configured to simple. For the purpose also I will be using git config hyphen hyphen global push dot default, and I am setting it to simple. Done. So these are the three basic parameters we need to add when you start adding your code to a particular root directory or a particular GitHub repository project. So this is enough. We do have different parameters. For knowing that, you can give out the git config and check out the parameter list. So it will give you some bunch of user IDs. So if you can see here, we just created these three. We just set all these three parameters: username, user mail, and push default. So they got the parameters whatever we have given. So name, email, and the default of a push configuration as a simple. So if you want to change or make changes for any one of this, then you can easily do that doing as in the same manner. So like this, we will set our user parameters before we start to add our code or make any changes our code to or for a particular root or a centralized or main project repository. So in our next video we will be seeing how to add files to a repository, and how to push all those stuff. And that's it for this video, and thanks for watching. Try it yourself.